Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and this is going to be a little different. Let me put my water over here. This is going to be a little different than normal. I'm kind of getting more into what I want, like what I do to help de-stress, what I want to work on this year. I've gone through a huge thing of where I have a ton of books that I am not reading and I need to. So this is going to be 2 books that I am planning on reading this month, and that is my goal. Now, I have an e-reader. I read a ton of books in my e-reader, all that stuff. So I'm not going over those. These are going to be hard copy books. So what I'm aiming to do is succeed at finishing 2 of my paperbacks focused, not getting distracted, focused 2 books of the month. Now, for if I do any other, I guess, hard copy, paper copy, I will also post that. But right now, I want to work on 2 books a month that are sitting on my shelves because I've been really e-reader dominant. So I'm trying to change something up. So, whoa! So we started to crash and burn, but we stopped it. So, what we're working on this month, and this came out at the end of December. This is a series that I absolutely have been drawn into. The tragic, if you want to call it tragic heroes, Torpedo Ink novel. This is by Feehan. This is Annihilation Road. Now, usually you have your book, it ends, and you go on to the next character with this series. There's about 17 or 18 in the motorcycle group. With this one, Savage, this is like the 7th or 8th book, he actually has 2 books. It's just not enough for him to have 1 book. All of them are damaged. I don't know how else to, if you want to call it damaged. All of them have had, I don't want to say damaged. All of them have gone something when they were children. And if this is something that triggers you, definitely don't read this series. But this is a series that she has created where the men, most of them were men. There's 3 women in the MC group. But the men were victimized as children. And they've overcome it. It's got some psychic abilities in it. But these are people that don't believe in the happily ever after. But in this series, of course, they get it. So it's wonderful. I've been reading since she started this series, and if you've read her Haven series, it was like went from Sea Haven to the Heart series is what I call it, and which has grown, and now it's grown into the Torpedo, if I can speak, Ink series. This is going to have around 18 books in it. Now, they have added a new person to the MC group, so I'm assuming he will have a book later on also. But as of right now, we're up to Savage. And I have been so excited and waiting for this book all fall. Like, impatiently. Then I found out, because I was getting confused, because there was Annihilation Road and there was Savage Road. So there was 2, and it was like, gosh darn it. Why is there 2? But anyway, this is one, like I said, I am just gushing over this book. It is a standard size paperback, but definitely Christine Feehan has her game series, which I really like, which is other soldiers with psi abilities, and there's also her like not vampire but Carpathian series. So she does a lot of the, if you want to call it, supernatural romance. And if you're into it, sorry, I took a drink and then I got some ice in my mouth. She's definitely someone to check out. She has so many beautiful series out there, and these aren't soft contemporary romances. These are gritty. These are wake you up, be aware, and you know, it's not the Snow White and, you know, well, it is kind of Snow White because, you know, there's some bad guys out there. So if you want those grittier, I guess, romance books and really get to know characters that aren't perfect, it's not that perfect hero or anything like that. Everyone has problems, everyone has glitches, and this is a series and this is an author that really gets to give you that grit but still give you that happily ever after. So I do like that. So this is book 1. Now that I talked, because this is like my gusher one. This is like when Savage Road comes out, and it will be in my book of the month reading also for February. So you'll see more of these books. Now, the other one is actually book of the month club, and this is The House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin Craig. Now, I've not read this book yet. It reminds me of a fairy tale, kind of like what it's about and stuff, where like on the back it says, you know, once there was 12 of us. So it's like the 12, like the girls that go out at night and go dancing and get swept up into this thing, and the one sister doesn't go. So in this book, there was 12 of them, but somehow they're dying off due to plague, drowning, various things. Certain ones have died, and it's questionable, like why, you know, their dad and their stepmother, so there's a stepmother and stuff. So I don't know much about this author. I'm excited to get into it and read this book. So it's kind of a mystery thriller type, and I want to see what happens with this. Like I said, this is part of a subscription that I have that's a book of the month, where you get to pick a book every month and have it shipped to you and so forth. This one is one I've had a while, House of Salt and Sorrows, and somehow I kept skipping over it. So I don't want to skip over it. I want to work on it. I want to read it this month and really get sucked into, you know, I want to see how this author writes this book, because this like says that the girls go dancing at night and stuff like that, and all I can remember is like where, you know, when they talk about the ones with their shoes and wearing out their shoes and all that stuff. So I'm like, I remember the fairy tale about that. So it had my interest to get it for book of the month, and then I never read it. So it's been sitting on my shelf. It's coming off the shelf and it is going to be read. That is the point of this book. So I'm so excited, and I will let you know what I think of this author, what I think of this book, how it's written, and so forth. So hopefully this will also be a new author for me to start reading and enjoying. So hopefully you will check out these ones. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.